Hi everyone, it's Tara with Tara's Take. Welcome back to my channel. So today I decided for Inspire Me Day that I would try something with you guys that I've never done before, and this is my first time doing it, even right now on camera. We are going to do a waterfall journal. So I'm trying to adjust the camera. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to try a waterfall journal, and I'm going to try it for the first time with you guys. And I'm going to use my Tim Holtz papers. So that's a challenge right there. So what I've done is I've got 12 by 12s. Now you can use A4. You can use 8.5 by 11. I think you can pretty much use, any size you want your journal to be. If you want it to be a little guy, you could use 8 by 8s. I'm using the 12 by 12. I like these papers, and I thought if I'm going to make one, I might not make one again for a while, so I better make something I like. So that's what I'm doing. I was just standing here deciding which page I want to be on, the first page that shows, and I'm thinking from the pages that I chose that I'm going to use either this guy or this one here. Let's see. I want to see something. I was going to measure because I got my inspiration this morning. I was watching, well, I turned on YouTube, and of course Gail's video came up, and she just posted her journal, and so I was thinking her waterfall journal, but the thing is, I could not, I'm making sure I'm seeing this correctly. Yeah, here we go. The thing is, I couldn't find her initial journal with it, and so I was kind of like, okay, maybe I had better look and see if I can find somebody else's. And then I found Natasha's, and so I decided to watch that. And so I got inspired initially by Gail and then by Natasha. So I am going to, first of all, okay, you need your papers. You might need a bone folder. You may need some scissors or a paper cutter. Pretty much the first portion of this is all folding your papers. Then you're going to need a needle. You're going to need the type of thread that you like to use to stitch your journals together. I use either embroidery thread or I use crochet thread usually. You can use bookbinding thread, of course, which is I think probably the best thread to use, but I don't have any. And then, anything you're going to need to embellish at the end if we get to decorate some. I don't know if we'll get that far, but I'm going to give it a shot. Anyway, so I was just looking here. I want to start mine at 4 inches in. So this first page, I decided on the flower, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and fold this over 4 inches. And from what Natasha described, which of course her videos are amazing and very, very instructional. And so she was saying that what you want to do is, this is where you want to start, okay? You want it to be, this one to be the largest, okay? And then you're gonna build it outward, okay? So it's gonna grow inward, right? Am I right? I hope I'm right. Anyway, we'll do it and see. Let's grab another one here. So what she said was that, she said you got to decide, approximately where you want, how big you want this little space to be between each page, okay? And then you're gonna put it there, and then you're gonna fold to that fold. And so what she did was, if she couldn't, hold on 1 second. Okay guys, I'm back. It was I had a Jehovah's Witness couple at my door, and so I just spent a few minutes talking with them, and they were very sweet people. So what I was saying was that Natasha had pointed out that you can kind of, the more over you go and the smaller gap you give on this side, the more pages you can use. And then as you go in, you can use as few as you want or as many as you want, okay? So I'm going to do my gap at about, let's measure it. I'm thinking it's probably going to be about 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, that's about what I want. So, yep, okay. So I'm going to do mine at about 1/8 of an inch. And the way she did it, she didn't do a lot of measuring either, but if she couldn't see where her fold was at the top of the page, she took a pencil and just did like a little mark so that she could see where it was folded. Okay, like that. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do because I cannot see this. So I'm just gonna keep it right there, and then I'm gonna fold over. Okay. All right. I'm kind of excited. I've been seeing these online, and I was like, oh, I need to learn how to do that. And then today, when I saw Gail, I thought, you know what? It's time. so here we are. Okay, so there we go. We've got it started. Yay! Okay, next page. Okay. I wish I could see that line just a little bit better. Let's see if I can. And like she was saying, she didn't really measure necessarily. She just kind of eyeballed it. Here, let me just, there we go. I probably will do the same because I hate measuring so much. So much. So how's everybody doing today? It's Thursday. And I think I better, yeah, I'm going to mess it up if I don't do it. So I had better just, yeah. Okay. It looks easier when other people are doing it. I'm all right. Now I just need to make sure that I can see that line, that 4-inch mark. Okay. There we go. That is the problem. Okay. Anyway, it's Thursday. It's almost the weekend. Happy Friday Eve. That is what Courtney and I say every morning when we wake up. Happy Friday Eve. Has anybody ever heard that? I heard that years ago at the office, and it just kind of stuck in my head, and I've been saying it the rest of my life. Okay. There we go. Let's see if I can see this line any better. It is hard to see. The way my light is angled to see the fold is there we go. I could see it on that paper. Got most of the bird in there for this part, for this page. Let's see, am I doing okay? It's looking good. Yay! I'm excited because it's going to be a Tim Holtz one. You know what I mean? I'm like super excited about that. That part I thought was going to be pretty fun. And you know, Natasha was pointing out you can measure it if you want it to be perfect. She did not, other than like just to kind of show you how to measure it. She really didn't measure hers, and it was not absolutely perfect. And I agree with her on this. You know, like she said, if you are a perfection, or do you want it to be perfect, that's fine, measure. But it really is okay if you don't. And that's why I'm not, because you know me, I don't do the measure thing too well. I only do it when I absolutely feel like I have to. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Is that one okay? Yeah, it is. Oh, this is going to be so cute. I'm so excited. The more that I've done with Tim Holtz stuff with you guys, the more I have fallen in love with it. Seriously. It's funny. But the more I use it, the more I'm like, ew, Tim Holtz. Go. I don't know if you guys that are members of our group saw yesterday, but one of our members had posted that Hobby Lobby was having like a huge sale, and it was so funny. I was like, oh man, I can't go because it was late in the day, and you know, Hobby Lobby is about 35 miles from my house. And plus, I figured it this way. Even if I ran into town to do that, I don't know for a fact that they're actually mine is actually gonna have it on sale. And then also, what if they're already out? You know what I mean? And I drove all that way for nothing. So I didn't go. But the stuff was, yeah, it was Tim Holtz. A lot of it was Tim Holtz stuff. So it was pretty funny. I was like, man, would have been nice, but okay. Okay, that one's a little further, I think, than the others. I don't know. I think I did it a little bit further. I'm getting better at it, though. Oopsie, that's too. There we go. Okay. Oh, I don't want those right in a row. Let me see. Oh my! These all have those. Look at that. They're all different versions of it. So I think I'll put one of these like this. I mean, yeah, like this. And then I'm going to use this line as my measuring line. Oops. Now I can't see my mark. Shucks. There we go. Just that side of the line. There we go. Okay. Righty. And I think, oh yeah, see, this is good. I think oh, this is almost half right here, actually. So I may end up being, because she said when you get to the middle one where it's matching up, it'll be like, yeah, that's it. So it'll be the middle, like it's the same, it's just folded in half, that piece. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So I'm not going to use the last one. So mine has 9 then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. Okay, now I have to decide if I want to cut them. And I think I do want to cut them, but I don't want to cut them all at the same place. So I'm going to have to pull out my cutter, because I was going to just use the knife and go down like the bottom, but I want on the front page, this one, I want the top to come off, I think. Let me measure and make sure that I can get what I want here. Most of them, it's not gonna matter, but on that particular one, oh, it does cut into it. Shoot. Wait, let me see here. Yeah, it's gonna cut into it at 4. I was going to say I'd make it at 8. Well, I can do it at 8. There we go. How about 9? Yeah. So I'll do it at 9 inches, and that'll still give me my flower. Okay. And I'll have a nice piece as a scrap. Okay, that's that one. And then now these guys, I don't really, on this one here, it's not going to matter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do them one at a time, so I make sure to get the right spots for each one. Like now these two, it's not going to really matter if it comes off the bottom or the top for me. Yeah. So I think I'll do it from the top. 9 inches. This one, I definitely want it to come from the top because I don't want to cut the birds in half. That was another one I was worried about. Those were the main two I was worried about. So, there we go. Now these guys, like I said, all of these here, I'm not going to do them all at once though because it'll make a, it'll mess up my, or it'll mess up because if I do too many at a time. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just do like, and these. Let's see, I think I'll go from the bottom so I can have this in the top. So it'll be 9 inches tall, and it will be, I'm not sure how many inches wide. Let's see. About 6 3/4 wide. Or no, about 7. Yeah, about 7 inches wide. So that's good. Now see on this one I have, yeah, I'm going to go from the bottom because I don't want to cut the Eiffel Tower apart. Okay, this one's folded crooked. I just saw that. Ugh. Yeah, I got to try and at least get that to, before I do any cutting on it. So I'm going to hold it as tight as I can and use my bone folder to kind of, you know, press the paper where it needs to be. Go. That usually works for the most part for me. Oh, make sure I'm on the right side here. Okay. I won't have all of the Eiffel Tower, but at least I'll have most of it. Okay. All right, so I got all this fun paper over here for scraps. Okay, I'm going to put this down so that you guys don't have to stare at that. Now, I gotta be honest, this is the part that makes me kind of nervous, is the sewing. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look cool? That's nice, right? Very cool. So, I was thinking about what I want to use for a, for the cover, because we want the cover to be a little firmer than I'm debating here if there's any this paper's cool. This is that new paper I got the other day, you guys. This is pretty, right? I was looking here real quick because some of it's got that what do they call it? foil. Yeah, some of it's got the gold foil, and it makes it feel a little bit thicker than the other pages. So I was thinking, oh, you know what I have? I have to get it. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I went to try and find this piece of paper, and I found it. But it's technically not any thicker than this. So what I was thinking was, if I wanted to, I could use this piece cut down, okay? And then I'm gonna take a piece of cardstock. I want him. Okay, so we're gonna go this way, 9 inches in, just making sure I have him. Okay, because you know, I'll chop off the wrong end and I'll be sad, and then you guys will hear me cry. No, I'm kidding, but I would be bummed. Okay. Let's see. All right, so now this can be our cover, but what I'm gonna do, so it's gonna be all Tim Holtz all day long on this one, which is fun, because then I will probably decorate, or try to decorate with as much of his stuff as possible too. So this is gonna be the same, but first I'm gonna glue. So what I'm gonna do is, what do I want to do? I think, I don't know if this will work or not. I wanted to see. Nope, not quite. I'm looking here at some of the papers I have on my desk to see if they're okay. So, gosh, how embarrassing. I think what I'm gonna do is cut another piece of paper. I'm sorry, you guys. Forgive me. I'll be quick, I swear. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do this. And what I'm gonna do is glue these two pieces together so that they become stronger for a cover, okay? Now I'm done, I promise. No more cutter. Jumping it back and forth, that's annoying. If it's not annoying to you guys, it is to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue, yeah, should we do, yeah, we've got enough lines in there. So. All right, so I'm going to do my little bunch of glue trick here that I do, and then spread it out evenly so that, just for me, it's a little quicker. I'm just taking this off here because I really don't want to take forever. So this is just some Aleene's tacky glue. Okay, and I'm gonna spread it here on this thing as evenly as I possibly can. I'll have to clean it off my little mat, but that's okay. I don't want any lumps, and this way there's no pockets where there's no glue either. Personally, I like this method for me. I know it's not for everybody, but now I gotta make sure what side this is on. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna lay this out and try to get this on here evenly right from the beginning. We're just strengthening this up and doubling this page up. Okay. All right. And remember, if you do this and it's not perfect even, you can, like mine's probably gonna, I mean, you know, it looks pretty even. Hopefully I did it right. There's a couple of spots. But you know, here's the cool part. You can, decorate And when you decorate, you know, you sew it, you know, and all that stuff, it's going to cover things like that. Little hairline. I mean, it's literally a hairline here. So, and probably down here. No, just means that I didn't cut it evenly. But okay. Now I'm gonna wipe this up real quick. Okay. Get that cleaned off of there before it dries. Makes it much easier for me if I do it right away. Yeah, I love doing that on stuff just because, I mean, it's a little bit messy initially, but it saves me so much later down the line of not having those glue lines, you know, all over the place. And I'm just going to flip this so it's dry on this side and kind of let this sit for a second. Hey, I'll show you my new this is so fun. Look what I got. The other day, remember I told you that my heat gun died with my whole wall dying. So I get this one, and this one's twice the size, okay? And it has a 6.5 foot cord. Can you believe it? I couldn't believe it. Seriously, and it was $1 less than what I paid for the other one. So yeah, really, really cool. And it's on Amazon. I actually was looking up how to, I don't think I'm to the level where I can do that, but I was looking up how to start a storefront for for my Amazon products that I use. If I get that started, I will let you guys know immediately, because I know there's those of you who will want to go on and find things, you know. There we go. Oh, don't fold it the wrong way. Duh. So we got to use, I almost folded it the wrong way. So, okay, for the cover, it's going to be folded to the same size as the first page, okay? So we want to make sure this is as even as possible. And then we're going to bring this here, and that's going to be folded at 4 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and try to do this. Watch me mess it up because I didn't wait long enough, whatever. You know how it is. Okay, just need to measure here to here. And this one you do want to make sure it's as even as you can get it. And because it's glued, I should wait until it's dry. Heaven forbid look at this, I'm bending it and everything. Terra, 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 terra. What do we say? Say it with me. Terra, 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 terra. Do you know where that comes from? That comes from my mommy. That's my mom's voice. Terra, 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 terra. She would always say that to me when I was a little girl. And I'd be like, Mommy, I know. When I was, let's see, 6? I think I was 6. We had this massively wonderful Christmas for me, okay? I was either 6 or 7. I'm pretty sure it was 6. And I was an only child. I mean, I have siblings, but I was not raised with them, okay? So I was raised as an only child. Oh, yay, I did it right. I mean, it's a teeny, tiny, tiny bit off, but I'm going to decorate, so it's not going to matter. Look at this. It's so fun. Anyway, my mom bought me a Barbie head. Yeah, I couldn't wait. She said, Tara, do not put any makeup on that doll until I wake up. Yeah, right. By the time she woke up, I had her face stained and her hair cut. And I'm not kidding. Anyway, she was never, ever right. Okay, so this page is done, and it's, it's teeny tiny. Like I said, it's just a teeny tiny bit off, but it's okay. I'm good with that. This is my first try, and I think for a first try, I did pretty good. I think so. So I'm excited. So now we get to pick what thread. And I think the only color of crochet thread that I have out here is dark blue, so I'm not using that because I don't want it to be sewn with a dark blue thread. I'm reaching into my sewing box here to pull out my bags of embroidery thread so I can find one that goes. I think I mentioned to you guys before that I used to do needlepoint and stuff. I haven't done it in years, but I can. I've been watching some slow stitch videos thinking, maybe I should get back into stuff. Oh, that one looks good. Let's see. That one's kind of interesting. It's also got some dark greens through here too. Let's see. If I had the right shade, it's a little too, I want something more dingy, you know. That one looks good. Let's see. I wish I could hear y'all. I mean, right now you're not with me yet, but you will be when I post this, and I wish I could hear you telling me which one you like the best. I'm not going to use that one. Let's see here. I want something that looks kind of, what color is this? That doesn't say, huh? Nope. Made in France. Ooh. Ooh la la. Oui, oui. Yes, that's as much French as you're going to hear. I love you guys. I think I'm going to use this first one I pulled out. I think that one's pretty cool. I mean, is there anything in this bag that I could use? These look pretty bright. Yeah, these are all pretties. Okay, so I think it's that one. That could be that. That one's nice too. These ones here have kind of a, I don't know, weird tone to them, like almost like some of the papers. You know what I mean? They would definitely match, but I think I'm gonna stick with that one. And now, I am not comfortable sewing, okay? I'm just letting you know. I'm just putting it out there. Because of the fact, not that I'm not comfortable sewing, but it's because of the fact that it's so awkward. And I am gonna trim this tiny bit off the top. It's just such a hair of a piece of paper. It's so small. But the reason I'm doing it is because when it's folded together, it's showing a little tiny bit taller than the piece behind it. So that's why. Anyways, I'm not super comfortable sewing on these journals together on the camera. I tried to do it before, and it was a kind of a wreck. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. Okay. But I kind of think I need to. For one thing, I need to just do it, and for two, I think because I want to try and do this as a full process on this one. Just getting it together at least, and we maybe decorate it later. We don't have to do it today, but yeah. So I'm thinking, so what I'm gonna do, this part is not difficult because it's only basically a one signature. You know, you just want to make sure that your pages are lined up, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get it. Actually, because of that ruler, I can get it in the middle here. What do you know? Okay, so let's see here. Oh, wait, sorry. Okay, 4.5, 4.5. There we go. So this is the center. So right here's the center. So we're gonna go through this. Now what Natasha did, she sewed like a lace alongside the on the back, and it came around. Now I don't really know that I want to do a lace on this. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I might. I mean, I have so many, I could probably use a lace, but now I'm going to go ahead and do it at, let's see here. So that's our half. So about, yeah, at about 3. Make sure we're totally even here. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take it in about 3 and 3. Okay. So that you guys know I'm just, oh, I should have marked it. So. Sorry. I'm new at using this ruler too. I forgot I should do both sides, and then that way I don't have to. Okay. Now I have a hole there. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the bottom. And be super careful if you're new at this when you use your pokey tool going through. I have stabbed my hand. So yeah, and it hurt. It hurt bad. Okay. The good thing, I mean, the thing with Natasha that I was watching, and I'm thinking, you know, yeah, she knows how to edit her videos so well that, and has the program to do it, that she edited out so much of her process of sewing. Like, she just jumped to being perfectly through the hole, and you could tell the video was jumping from one spot to another. I don't have that. So you guys, if I'm sewing this, just know that's reality, because I've also seen Natasha do a video where she was not fast forwarding, or where she was not like cutting those parts out, where she was doing it fully. Yeah, and it was not a pretty sight, as much as it isn't for any of us. So now, because I'm doing, I use a lot on my thread simply because I like to have a lot of room to maneuver when I need it. So I usually, what I do is I double the thread up. So I do like 6 times what I need, because I'm going to double it up like this, okay? And I want to make sure, you know what, and I'm going to keep, I want to make sure I have enough thread to kind of, if I need to move it, I'm not going to lose it through the hole. That's what I'm trying to say. And now what I'm trying to say is I'm leaving this pokey tool here. I liked her trick. She left her pokey tool in the top one so that everything kind of stayed lined up. And I think that might help me a lot. I had not really thought about that before. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to take it through the needle here. I'm just threading it. Sorry, I had to hold that close to me so I could see it. Okay. All right. And now, so we're going to take it through the center. Okay. And you can go from the outside in. It just depends on where you want your bow to be. If you want your bow on the inside or if you want it on the outside. Actually, this time, nah, I'm going to leave it on the inside. And now I'm going to take it, let's see, I usually bring it up, so I'm going to move this down to here to make sure that, and I'm going to put that through here. Now this is much more, this is much less painful for me to do it like this, because usually I'm fighting with the thread and everything at this point because of just keeping that there. So that from this point forward is going to be one of my to-dos, always. Now, she had put her lace here and sewed through it, okay? Like, so if I were, let me grab a piece here real quick, or just a piece of material, whatever. She had put it here and measured it to the center. And when she went through that middle hole, she sewed through it, and that way her closure was already on there. I just wasn't sure what I want to use for my closure yet, so that's why I didn't do that. So if you want to have lace as your closure, it's a good trick to. Now here's going to be tricky for me. Let me make sure I'm lined up still. I'm going to go through here. Okay, and when you go through the middle, you want to try and not hit your other thread. So like, because you can cut your thread with your needle. And now you guys get to see me start to struggle. This is why I didn't sew the last one, because I was like, I can't do it without a struggle. Okay, I'm trying to get it through those. And you'd think it would go like right through, but no, it doesn't. It wants to go through next to it, which means I'm just off slightly with my pages. Okay, so just get those back. I'm thinking maybe I'll just take it right here, and that way I can kind of guide myself through there a little bit. So now I'm going to go in and see if I can do this. Nope, it's still wanting to go up. Just bear with me. I'll get it. Now what I usually do when this starts happening to me, this is why I like to have a lot of, oh, I got it. This is why I like to have a lot of thread though. Because when it starts fiddling with me, I pull the pages, I'm going to pull this through first. I pull the pages apart so that I can see, you know, and guide myself that way. So, okay. So now I've gone up, oh, that's good. So you want one thread on one side and one on the other, okay? Before you pull it, make sure it's tight, okay? Pull it firmly and make sure it's pulling on the outside so you've got a good taut, okay? And I'm gonna cut the needle off here. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go, I always try to do this right, so we'll see if I do it now. So we're gonna do our first knot. I'm gonna go the front one behind, okay? Just pull that taut. Now I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna take the back one and bring it forward, okay? And there we go. And now I usually tie like a little bow, but I'm thinking in this one I'm gonna chance it. I'm always scared the knot's gonna, like it's gonna fray or whatever. You know what I'm gonna do? Where is it? I am gonna use, let's see. I'm debating on which one I want to use. I think I'll use my art glitter glue. I'm gonna use my glue because I do usually glue my thread just to be on the safe side. I don't know if y'all do that, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue this knot, just like I said, to be on the safe side. And then that way I can just trim this down because I really don't want all that thread and that big old bow in this one. So yeah, that'll be fine. And then I'm just gonna kind of tuck this a little bit. Okay. And you guys, of course, can do a bow. You can do whatever you want. It's all up to you. I am just super stoked that I made my first waterfall journal. And you guys made it with me. Yay! You got to be here with me when I did it. And I sewed on camera. Now I'm not so scared to sew on camera. I was so nervous. I know it's silly, but I was. Now, I liked her idea with the lace in the back. I just, because of the subject matter, I don't know that this should be like a lacy type of closure. I'm thinking more rugged, you know, like more guyish because it's got the sky and stuff on the front. Now I'm just gonna give this a little press, okay? And push this down. It's still drying. My glue is still drying. But yeah, it's pretty cool, right? It's staying together pretty good considering. Now she had pointed out that at first it kind of comes open, even with the closure. There's kind of that opening there, but that as it lays, and if you want, she said she's never used. Natasha was saying that she's never put it under a book, but that you could to flatten it out so that it lays flat. But yeah, so there's our journal. What time is it, you guys? Okay, so we're at 44 minutes. I'm going to pause for a second and see if I can find something I want to use for the closure. And if I do, then I'll come right back. Well, I'll be back anyway, but you know what I mean. Hey guys, okay, I'm back. So I played with some stuff and decided that I did do something while I was off camera. I made this. So what I did was I took the Tim Holtz tape, okay, this tape here, and I took a piece of, and it doesn't look perfect on the back, I'm not worried about it, but I took a piece and I taped it to this cloth, and I've shown you guys these before. They're the towels I get at Walmart, and I tear them into strips and I coffee dye them. And so they look very aged and, you know, cool. Okay. So I wish it had come out a little more even on for some reason my machine did that and then didn't do it and then did it again and then didn't do it. But anyway, I think I'll probably end up figuring out a way to cover that, you know, of course. But for right now, before I go on, I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing. So I took that tape and I taped it down to the material. And at first I was trying to see if it would tie into a bow, which it won't tie that well. So what I decided was to play with some hooks. So I grabbed, and I do not know all the formal names of these, okay, these attachments offhand, and I apologize. I guess I should, but I don't. So I got this one here, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this, all right, to this, okay? And I'm just going to, usually I would do it by hand. I'm just going to use my machine and sew straight across. And then I'm going to lay this out. This is going to be our closure, okay? And I'm going to bring it to about, there we go, to probably about there, okay? And then I'm going to cut this down to where it's probably about here. And then I'm going to use this side, okay? And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put it through there. And then this is going to be our connector, okay? But I am going to attach, watch, I'll show you. I'm going to attach this one to this, okay? And that way, you know, but this will be our opening, okay, our closure. And it'll kind of be like that. And I think that'll look pretty cool on this one. So I'm going to go ahead off camera and sew this real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. So I've been fighting with my machine, and I decided the one side sewed and it kind of messed up. I mean, it's done, it's sewn, but it is arguing with me. And I attempted to sew it onto the journal and it just would not cooperate. So I am going to, instead, I am going to hand sew it, because that's, you know, that's just easier right now. And I'm not a perfect seamstress by any means, but I can get by. So okay, so I'm gonna, now I've seen a lot of people knot their thread a lot of different ways. This is how I do mine. My grandma taught me this when I was a little girl, and it works. So I don't know about everybody else. I don't usually even trim that off, but I will right now, because I'll need to later anyway. So okay, what I did was I put this on this side, and I'm thinking, because of the way that this hook is, okay, if you watch when it's hooked, I want it to have a little bit of leeway for bulking this up, because it's gonna be, you know what I mean, it's gonna be gatory. You know me, if you know me by now, I could probably leave it really open and still, you know, what we could do is, before I sew this side, I think, you know what, I think I might do that, is just go ahead and leave this closure off until we decorate this, and then once it's decorated, then we'll put the closure on, and I'll sew this at the best point for it. Okay, so yeah, so that's what we're gonna do, because I think that would be wisdom right now, because otherwise I'm gonna end up sewing it and then possibly having to take it apart, and that would be bad, because I don't want to have to do that. So I'm going to leave this on here. I was thinking that this would be really fun to do, and with that tape, and then do like a snippet roll, or even snippets, you know, little snippets with this tape sewn onto cloth and then torn down. I was thinking that would be really cute. So I'm going to hang this over here to the side so I don't poke myself with that pin, and I'm going to go ahead and say bye for now. But yeah, so there's our Waterfall, Tim Holtz Waterfall journal. Cute, right? It's going to be fun to decorate. It's going to be a lot of fun. So yeah, we're going to, next time, that looks so pretty by itself right there, huh? Next time we're just going to go ahead and do some decorating in it and playing in it. And then when it's time to sew that closure on, I will come back on camera again and we'll do it together. Okay? So yeah, this is going to be fun. All right, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. And remember, tomorrow's our altered journal, our altered book junk journal day. So I'm excited. Can't wait to get in there again and play. And I love you guys, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Be blessed, and take care, okay? Bye.